Okay, welcome back. This is going to be a really important video. It's going to be a very speculative video as well. I'm going to warn you. You probably know the title already. And the title of this video will probably be We Already Missed the Third Spike. But good news is the fourth spike is coming. So this is my speculation. Things are usually, when we look at this chart anyway of Hollow, we can see that, not trying to bring it down, I'm just saying that the following, when you look at things in perspective, we look at this price, the present price, looking at this spike here, that actually is a spike in comparison to where we are now. So this is my theory for this video. This is the true spike. This is the third spike. Why do I say that? Because if we look at the historical, let's just record this date here. This is the 8th month, 22nd day. And how long did this last for, this spike? From the 15th to roughly, I'm going to say the end of September. But let's just, okay, the 15th to, what is that? 28, 29, so about 2 weeks. That ran for 2 weeks. And then you have a little slight bump. So it was like the opposite of the other spikes, but it was still, when we look at the timing of this, when it took off, that was the between August 15 to August 22nd at the peak. So about a week. That was a week long. And we look at the last 5 years with the previous spikes. Again, August 15 to August 22, right? Let's wait for this to load. You will see a clear pattern. This is what we were waiting for. The Hollow people are waiting for the 6-month interval, because you had June, or I should say January, January 2023. That would 6 months later is what? July. Okay, well, this isn't July. It's not exactly July. It's 7 months later. So 7 months later, it was August. 7 months from that is February. And then 6 months from that, 7 months from that point would bring us to August 22nd, 15th. I mean, to be precise, it was roughly 6 months. So what can we expect 6, 7 months from now? That would be the next spike. We don't know how great that would be. Like, I'm saying great like this would be great. I'm saying we don't know the numbers, but I'm going to wager, this is not a dead cat yet. Don't give up on this dog or cat. This is a live cat/dog. It's going to go up. We just don't know how high. It might be like a little whimper, might be $7, $8. Could be back to here, $10, could go to 20. I really don't know. Nobody knows the number, but the speculation is the Hollow people that run it, the owners, whatever, the pump and dumpers, the people on top of this company will turn on the valve and bring in the volume somehow, some way, and then pump it, because they usually pump this around the Chinese holidays. And we have one coming up in January, February. I believe that's the Chinese New Year, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to look at one of my posts. This is a post that I wrote. It's a little confusing because I don't post as Apex Investor, but it says, my thing is, why go through all the trouble of doing a reverse split and all this voting so you cannot eventually manipulate the stock upward? So the fact they did the reverse split means they plan to do something in the future. I think they're trying to buy back all the shares of people selling because they're losing heart so they can maximize their profits. They're most likely playing both sides of the game, shorting and long. So, yeah, why would you do a reverse split? Well, the thing is, this is the speculation, the hypothesis of this video, that this was the third pump and dump in relation to where we are now. It is. It's it's roughly almost 10 times as much. It was as 14. We're at 150. This is 10 times as much. It's not what we expected, but it is a prominent squeeze. We can call that a spike. Maybe not a squeeze, but it's more. I mean, in retrospect, it is a squeeze. In retrospect to this, but not in retrospect from where it was before. Yeah, it did go up about 3 times. So maybe that was a mini squeeze, and that's not what we expected. We expected 10 times or 20 times more. But just go with the this idea, because when you hold the suspension of the suspension of disbelief, this makes sense in the timeline of things. So that would then lead us to, okay, when is the next one? And this post really gets to that question: what caused the last 3 spikes? And it says holiday times. January is the Dongzhi festival, winter solstice, which falls between December 21 and December 23, while New Year's Day is also celebrated January 1st. So it could be any one of these. I believe it's going to be January or February. So Chinese New Year Spring Festival falls on a different date each year based on the lunar calendar, occurring in late January or February. So I believe this is the most correct response. Possibility is the third one. Will probably be Chinese New Year. They want to celebrate in a big way, and I don't think it has anything to do with the U.S. Or the president going to be inaugurated, President Trump. I think it has to do with the Chinese New Year, because that does time vary pretty much exactly 6 to 7 months from August the 22nd, which would be February, wouldn't it? 6 months from then. So it would be around February. If it happens January, even better, but I don't think it's going to be exactly to, Chinese New Year, but it could be. All they have to do is release news. That's what a lot of people are saying. We have three big factors that would cause the price spike. Number one, the timing of the cycle with the Chinese holidays. That's the first big one. Number two is bringing in volume, just large amounts of volume. Then they can just turn that on at will, it seems. Look at the volume here. And the third reason I kind of forgot right now. Let me get my train of thought, and I'll unpause. Oh, we're still recording. Okay. Having technical difficulties here with this video. Let me just pause it manually. It's giving some problem. Okay, remember what I have to say. So it is the 6-month/7 month cycle that usually coincides with the Chinese holidays. The second potential catalyst for the I call it the 4th spike, or is it the 5th spike? It's actually the 5th coming up, based on my theory here that this was the actual spike, because this is 6 months from the 6-7 months from the previous one. And the last catalyst would be news, and they're just withholding news or whatever they would like to use to drive up the price, whether it's news or quarterly statement or anything that they want to use as an excuse for the price to go up. It'll go up when they want it to. This is so severely manipulated, and it is clearly a pump and dump and a Chinese scam stock that a lot of us, well, I'm just going to talk for myself, I fell for, and it was a huge mistake in my life, but you learn from it and you have to keep going. So that's all for this video. We see the 3 clear spikes, and it's within 7 months, the first one, then 6 months, and then another 6 months to the 4th one, which I'm proposing was the actual 4th spike right there. And in retrospect, it is a spike. So the question is, will the 5th spike be January or February? But time will tell. But the point is, hang in there. Just hold on. And if you're holding on to this and, we're pretty much down whether in the 70% negative or 80% or 90%, whatever your losses, potential losses are, they will not be losses if you just hold on until January, February. But after that, let's say we're past March, past April, then that's really, that ship has sailed. I don't think this spike will happen uh, after March, April. I think January, February is really the cutoff. If it happens in March, okay, sure. But April is a little too late. So that's all I'll say for this video. So thanks for sticking with us. We're going to do another video on just the general stock market because Hollow is its own, domain. So that's all for this. All for me now. Again, I just post videos when it makes sense to me and when I see something very interesting developing. So I believe this actually makes sense, but you have to hold, again, suspension of disbelief, or suspension of belief, however you say it, and just go with this theory because it does make sense with the timing. I'm hopeful that things will turn around, and especially with all these kinds of rationalizations that it does occur, the spikes do, around these 3 festivals, Chinese holidays. So thanks for your time, and we'll check us out in the next video. Okay, this is not stopping.